I can't believe the night lay waste to all we'd given. But honestly, lay waste to all. You've gotta know that this ain't living, but we could run from Elysium and let it burn, let it burn. You've gotta know that nothing lasts forever. Myself, I never thought that this would be our end, but it's nothing new. And my lover's honesty, I could push it back down if I have to, if you want me to, 'cause we can run. And we can run. The stars they fall all for you. So tell me now, what's left to lose if we run? into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. so in love with you.
Me wanna talk back to you. Say it like that. If I hate you, then find someone new. Baby, but you know I never will. No, so I choke you down just like a pill. Say sorry. Oh, maybe but you know I never will. No, so I choke you down just like a pill.
The fire makes the city look so bright. Close your eyes and just stay tight. We have to go. Stay with me while we leave. Don't worry, just believe me. This journey will relieve us. Stay with me while we leave. Stay with me while we leave.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Motive Racing YouTube channel. We are here for the 6th round of the Formula 1 League here at Azerbaijan on the Commentators Formula 1 game here on the PlayStation 4 and 5. And we're very excited for tonight. We've got 17 cars out on the track here for this one. Should be a great night of racing here. Baku always seems to throw up a few extra thrills and spills and unpredictability about it. And we're hoping for much of the same here tonight, as for God's sake, we've got a white screen on the stream. Why have we got that? Again, I didn't ask for it. I don't want it. Thank you very much. Anyway, one of my tabs seems to be maximised, so do give us a moment here whilst we sort it out, because my multitasking skills, I can't actually do it. I don't know how. I try, I really do try, but I can't actually do it. And when I force myself to do something that I'm incapable of doing, it has disastrous consequences at some point down the line. So hold on a second. Right there, I just saw the white screen and now it's gone again. So welcome back, everybody. We're here once again for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. We've got 15 minutes left of the qualifying session. At the moment it's currently we've currently got Kingsholm just jumping in the session here, just about to join the qualifying, but I think he's a bit too late to get involved in the action on track, so he will have to wait until the end of this session, which is obviously a massive shame there for him, but nonetheless he'll be able to get himself out on the track. Quick driver as well as Kingsholm, albeit he did have a bit of an incident with Joram in the USA Grand Prix last season here at Motive, but let's hope he's on his best behaviour, because every other time we've seen him, barring that, he's been absolutely flawless in terms of his cleanliness on the track. So let's hope that we get to see more of the same here this time. But here we are then, waiting for the first laps to come in here on the Motive channel tonight for the F1 League. Guys, if you're watching live, let us know who you are, let us know who you're supporting tonight. If you're a friend, family member, or otherwise associate of any of the drivers out on the track, then let us know who you are, let us know who you're rooting for in this one. I'm just going to really quickly just move the action off for a second, just double check that my stream is on the absolute utmost highest quality. Yes, it is 720p 60 fps, so we are good, we're all good. But here we are then, guys. We're just watching Dr. Van Minnen on his debut here at Motive, coming through the final part of the lap at the moment. Let's get the telemetry up so we know what we're talking about. Let's get some aids on the screen, so to speak. As we can see here, we've got Dr. Van Minnen just coming up towards the line now. Doesn't look to be setting the world alight with this particular lap. 1 minute 43 so far from Dr. Van Minnen. I think a good lap around here is a 1:38, 1:39 if I remember correctly. I could be wrong there, but I think if my memory serves me correctly on this one, it's around 1:38. I remember that's what we saw in the XLOG League a couple of weeks ago when we raced here for that one. So yeah, I think that's more or less what we're going to be looking for tonight. But Dr. Van Minnen setting the early pace here. Everybody else still yet to set a lap time. We got the Grieve out there, Magfire as well, Polish My Balls coming through the part of the track. We got Penguin Do goes to the top of the leaderboard there. Penguin Do, a former coordinator and head steward here at Motive, actually was on the staff team for a while as an admin, and he's just coming through turn 2 at the moment, as he's just putting that car through its paces at this particular stage in the session. Currently got the Grieve out there on an out lap. We've got Magfire, Polish My Balls, both out there on flying laps at this point. Emo Guy as well, good to see Emo Guy back out on the track. Was commentating with us for about a week or so, went back when he had a ruptured bone in his body, but he obviously returned to the track very quickly here. I believe this is only his second appearance in F1 since his hiatus, down to the fact really that he was commentating on this despite being back to full health at one stage. But here he comes anyway over the line, and Emo Guy does a 1 minute 43, so not where he wants to be at this particular point, but early doors yet, still plenty of time for the lap times to come in, and that is a good lap there from Magfire, a 1:39.5. that is a pretty solid time there from him. But they're all going to be coming in thick and fast here at this point in the session. The Grieve coming through the middle sector at the moment. We got some Nembilic in the pits. Well, he's not going to move in there now, is he? Come on. But we've got Joram out there at the moment on his out lap. A. Thompson sat in the pits. Raki out there at the moment on the medium tyres, so that's going to be an interesting one to watch. Can Raki get a good time on the mediums and get himself in a good position at the start of this race? He's been saying over the last sort of season or so that he wants to get as good at F1 as he is at ACC. He's a very strong driver on ACC, is Raki, always a contender for podiums. You can always bank on him putting on a good show and being involved in the thick of it on ACC, and he's currently coming out of turn 2 at the moment, about to open that DRS. His son Joram, obviously the reigning champion of the F1 league as well, he's just coming up towards the line to start a flying lap here. You've got the Grieve coming through the final sector here. What can the Grieve put on the board at the moment as he's just about to open that DRS for the final stretch up towards the line? The Grieve crosses over in a moment's time, and the Grieve is second and a half off the pace of Magfire, so second place at the moment in this session, but that will change over the course of this one. We know that for sure. We've got drivers like Game for Life, Derby Bay, Bennett LCFC, A. Thompson in here tonight, as well as Joram, the reigning champion. These guys will be up there and will, I'm sure, be doing sub 1 minute 40 lap times at some point before the end of this session. But double wave yellow flags through sector 3, not 100% what those are for at this point, as we see Penguin Dude into the pits, and we see Emo Guy has done a lap time good enough for 4th place, but he only improves by 7/10. 7/10, that's quite a big improvement, to be fair. Yeah, he moves up a little bit up the order. Double wave yellow flags through sector 3, not sure why, trying to figure out why, as we can see Game for Life gets himself within 0.3 of a second of Magfire, so that's a nice lap from Game for Life, currently up there in the thick of it at the top of that leaderboard. But it's Magfire currently setting the early pace here, as we're almost halfway through this qualifying session already, so it's already flown by here tonight, and haven't really had a chance to go through the championship standings just yet. They are on the Discord. I know that Raki's put them together. He's put a lot of grafting and hard work into this, into putting the standings together, so we are going to try and get those on the screen if we can. But yeah, here we are then anyway. Halfway point in the qualifying session. It's Magfire from Game for Life, from the Grieve, from Iggy Cumbo, from Penguin Dude at this point. We got Emo Guy, Dr. Van Minnen, Polish My Boys, and Raki, the only other drivers to have set a lap time at this point. But we're going to get the top part of the championship in on the stream now. I would get all of it in, but I can't get it all into one picture, and I don't want to mess with this, because honestly I don't want to mess with the OBS and end up with a white screen again, because it looks awful. So yeah, we will try our best to avoid that scenario, but we're just going to get the standings on the screen here, guys, so just bear with, and we will have that on in a momento. Oh no, and Game for Life has crashed in the wall. He's lost his front wing there, so that's going to be some reasonable damage there on the McLaren, but he seems to have got away without too much of an ailment there. But yeah, for sure, not what I'd be wanting at this point anyway. But continues on anyway. Doesn't seem to have terminal damage, so lives to fight another day. But yeah, certainly not the situation that Game for Life would have been hoping for just there anyway. But we are going to just get these standings on the screen. We said we're going to do it. Now let's actually get on with it. Oh god, I can't get the size right here. I can't get it right. I just can't do anything right, can I? Right, here we go. So it's Aldrich Avis leading the championship on 74 points. Not here tonight, Aldrich Avis, so it gives Joram, the reigning champion, a real chance to possibly take the championship lead. But obviously Joram's still yet to set a lap time at the moment in this session. Sat in the pits at the moment as well. He's not going to improve in there now. But Joram 4 points adrift of Aldrich Avis in the championship. You've got Derby Bay 8 points off for the championship lead. He is currently also in the pits, and he's on 66 points so far in this one. Finn, otherwise known as Magfire, in 4th place in the championship on 48 points. Could be in with a shout of bringing himself a bit closer to the leaders in the standings after this round. We've got Little Greavy sat in 5th in the standings. He is on 43 points, followed by Game for Life, who's in 6th place on 37 points. So reasonably prominent in this season is Game for Life, still very much in with a shout in this season. Big Weir sits in 7th in the standings, not here tonight. Ocon on Hungaroring doesn't appear to be with us either, actually, which is obviously a shame. So Ocon on Hungaroring sits on 32 points in 8th place. You've got Rednas on 25 points in 9th place, as Rednas is still yet to set a lap in this session. Raki is on 15 points in 10th in the standings, and currently Raki is just coming through the final sector of the lap now on those medium tyres on the Red Bull. So that is that so far in terms of the championship this season. Let's get rid of those standings now so you can see what's going on out on the track. And currently A. Thompson setting the pace. He's gone 10th quicker than Magfire, so A. Thompson now your new provisional pole sitter. As we see Raki coming up towards the line, doesn't improve there, stays in P10 for the time being. But it's now A. Thompson from Magfire, from Game for Life, from Iggy Combo in 4th place. Iggy Combo's debut tonight here on the Motive channel, doing a decent job so far. The Grieve in 5th place. Penguin Dude has put the medium tyres on, is going to try and give himself that strategic ace up his sleeve here in this race. You've got Emo Guy sat in the pits, you've got Dr. Van Minnen currently coming through the final part on the lap, on his out lap at this point. You've got Polish My Balls in the pits, Raki out there on the track, and then Vidic has just rejoined the session there, which is obviously great to see. So we've got 19 drivers in this session at the moment. If we can get one more driver in who's clean, who's part of the Discord server, please guys, get him in. As this is an open message to any of the drivers. If you've got any clean racers who are a member of our Discord server, who've raced with us before, who we know are clean, get them in. Let's fill up the grid. Let's get a 20 car grid out there tonight. That would be absolutely fantastic if we can fill up the grid as per usual, as we usually do week in, week out here on the Motive channel. It's rare that we don't see a full grid here for the F1 League here on a Friday night, but right now it's still A. Thompson setting the pace here by a 10th of a second. He's done a lap on them with soft tyres, which is good enough for pole position. Magfire not far off, and he's coming over the line, about to start another flying lap here with just under 5 minutes left to go in this qualifying session. Great stuff here from the drivers. Very, very close pecking order between A. Thompson and Magfire. Game for Life in the comments says, is it a rain race today? I'm not 100% sure. I don't know, I can't see the weather, to be fair. It's on dynamic, so it could be anything really. Evening mate, says Viper, welcome along Viper. Evening, good to see you. I'll be also, hopefully we'll be on the mic on Sunday night for the OG League, 8:30 PM. I finish work at 2 o'clock on Sunday, working from 6:30 till 2, so that gives me a bit of time to get some sleep in the afternoon. Last couple of weeks I've been finishing at 3, and then I've had comms on ACC at 6. So I've got home, had some food, and then it's only been a couple of hours between getting home and actually having the comms on ACC, so I don't really get any sleep in, but I should be able to get a nice 2-hour nap in before the start of the GT3s on ACC on Sunday, and that should hopefully keep me in good stead, and I'll be able to jump on the mic for the OG League on Sunday night as well. The last couple of weeks, as I said before, I haven't been able to get that power nap in on Sunday afternoon, and that it makes it impossible to commentate, because by the end of the GT3s on ACC I'm absolutely spent. I'm like a complete and utter, like I'm used goods by that point. I'm no good to anybody by that stage on a Sunday night. It's just night, see you later, see you in the week basically. But Magfire coming up towards the line anyway. Let's see what Magfire can do here. Currently P4, he goes P1 there, so goes to the top of the leaderboard. Great lap there from Magfire at 1 minute 39.1. Oh, I'm going to come to that comment in a minute. We got JR says, windy down there mate. Emo's like the drug dealer of racing, he's everywhere. Yeah, Emo Guy does not stop racing. He's here, he's there, he's everywhere. Emo Guy. He's currently 8th at the moment in this session. He's 3 seconds off for the pace. He commentates, he races, he's a man of many talents. Who knows, he's probably got anyway, let's leave that one for the imagination. But currently Viper saying, legend, thank you mate, been missing you. I always try and do the Excel League, at least once or twice, sometimes even 3 times a week. I try and do at least minimum once a week on Excel, but in a perfect week, 3 streams on Excel, it would be ideal. But yeah, I'll definitely be back on Sunday. JR says, can you give me a hand back over your fence? I'm sure that somebody does. Somebody needs a hand over the fence. Fingers crossed they haven't broken their leg or anything, because I haven't been out there for probably about a week now since I went out in the garden. So yeah, popped down the shed actually about a week or so ago, just to check everything's Gucci, and all all good, all well and good in there. Thank goodness for that. But yeah, currently anyway, we've got Magpie out the front currently on a 1 minute 39.1. He's got a tenth of a second over Jerome at this point, and A Thompson not too far behind. Game for Life 4 tenths off, as Aldrich Avist has joined and then retired. So Aldrich Avist said he wouldn't be here tonight, actually, interestingly, in the confirmation section, but he is here, but it appears he's crashed out of the session, so I don't know what's going on there. Game for Life says it is rain race. Oh, sorry. Do you know what? I think I'm developing adult dyslexia. I'm not even joking here. Either that or it's schizophrenia, because I read comments and I just see a completely different version of it. I kind of assume what I'm reading here. But he says it's a rain race today, and I thought he said, is it a rain race today? That just shows my brain is like completely befuddled. I don't even know what I'm looking at. JR saying camp of Romany gypsies set up shop in back garden. It's alright. I have no problem with that, honestly. You know, as long as they're not causing a ruckus or any kind of a problem, then I don't mind. You know, it's no skin off my nose, is it? If they want to set up a tent or a base in my garden, who knows? But currently we got also, it's not my garden and it's not my house either, so it's kind of not really my problem. But anyway, 10 seconds left in this qualifying session at the moment, and it's Magfire from Joanne, from A Thompson, from Little Greavy, from Game for Life, and it's a very close order at the top of the leaderboard here. Only 4 tenths of a second separating the top 5. Bennett's done a time good enough for 6th place at the moment in this session, but we are coming towards the business end of this qualifying at the moment, and A Thompson is up. A Thompson on his personal best coming through the middle sector here, so he's got a few corners left to go in this lap, and he's got 3 tenths to find here. Can A Thompson find what he needs here to get himself on pole? Little Greavy's also out there on a lap. Magfire and Joe are in the pits. They're not going to improve in there, that is for sure, but it looks like Little Greavy's not improving either. So we've got A Thompson coming to the final few corners here at Azerbaijan, and currently coming through this flat out part of the track. Here we go. Here comes A Thompson now up towards the line. Roof of the O2 Arena's gone. Yeah, I saw that, JR. Absolute madness. Absolute madness. As A Thompson does go into P2 there. Half a tenth of a second off of the fastest time being set by Magfire. So what's happened then is the parts of the O2 Arena just strewn all over the Greenwich Peninsula now? Then I imagine it must be an absolute mess. Surely like people have been hurt, because I can't imagine that nobody's been hit by stray pieces of roof. Honestly, it's a bit worrying really, but I don't know what I've seen photos of it, I've seen it on the news, but I don't actually know the full ins and outs. But yeah, crazy stuff going on. Keep the noise down, says JR. Game for Life, I feel like this will be a great race for me, as I'm kind of good in the rain. Well, we'll have to see, but we don't know how long the rain's going to be around for. Is it just the start? Is it going to be the whole race? Is it going to be the end? I don't know. Obviously these guys might have an idea, as they've got the weather forecast available to them as we speak, but that looks like it's going to be that then for the qualifying session. It's going to be Magfire lining this one on pole position, half a tenth clear of A Thompson. A Thompson's out there, but I think he crossed the line too late to start another one, so it's going to be P1 for Magfire, P2 for A Thompson. Gelram not too far behind in 3rd place. Little Greavy sits 4th ahead of Game for Life, with Bennett in 6th place alongside him on the 3rd row. We've got the Grieve, Derby Bay, Iggy Combo, Emo Guy completing the top 10 ahead of Penguin Do, Polish My Balls, Dr. Van Minden ahead of Rednas, and then we've got Raki in 15th. We have got a 20th driver in the grid. As Emo Guy showed me what to do in order to scroll down. You actually have to press advance first, and then you get to scroll down this leaderboard. So Derby Bay did his fastest lap on the medium tyres. That will give him the strategic ace up his sleeve at the beginning of this race. But it's Magfire from A Thompson from Gelram, the top 3. And we're not quite sure who jumped in at the end there. It looks like Karts has jumped in, so we have got a 20-man grid here tonight. That is absolutely awesome. Can't wait to see how this unfolds. It's always great to see a packed out grid here. Evil Scotsman says, whether people say this is the worst storm we've had in decades. Oh, you mean real life, not on the game? Yeah, no. Game for Life is to dry after 30 minutes, so it'll be late dryness here in this race. It'll be a wet start, and we're expecting maybe some soft running at the very end of the race. We'll have to see. JR said, Emo, scroll up. You're everywhere. He's got eyes, he's got ears, he's got people in the right places. Emo Guy knows the game, he knows what to do, and he knows how to move it on. But currently P10 in this session here, as it looks like we're just failing to move forward here in this session. I don't know why, and I'm gonna actually. Oh man, I'm gonna. Fuck's sake. Seriously, what the fuck is going on, man? This happens every week now. Every week, there's always some kind of problem. Every week there's always some kind of lag or problem or some reason why the session can't move forward to the race. It drives me nuts, man. It really does drive me nuts. And batten down the hatches, stay safe, says JR Sim Racing. Give him hell, brother, he says to Emo Guy as well. But I don't know what's happening here, guys. I'm at a loss as to what to say to you at this point. It appears we've got the same problem again, not for the first time, and this is just a really frustrating experience right now. Tell us, guys, are you in the session? Have you moved forward? It's because people join after quali started. Yeah, most likely you're right there, Game for Life. So we are going to have to restart the session. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen, for the little delay that you're about to experience. Stay around, stick around, stay tuned, don't go anywhere. We'll be back on in about 10 minutes time, so just hold your horses, and we'll be back on in a moment. Oh no, I didn't mean to press that. Oh god, sorry, no, we're not going, we're not off air yet, 10-minute break.
Like the attention, girl, I know you. But you're everything I want in life. We're fighting danger like kung fu. The love I feel is deep inside. The others don't matter. It's honestly us against the world. We're the perfect team. You're my dream, but I just want it. If you ever need a helper, you should know that I'll be there day and night. Nobody else can love you better. I'm here just to treat you right. You're the reason I'm alive. You're the only pain I can endure. And when you're not here, you're my dream, but I just want it. Yeah, I just wanna. You're my dream, but I just want it.
From the start, you my bunny, I'm your Clark. From now to eternity, I give you all my heart. We are meant to be, it's clear to see. My love is bigger than I thought. I got everything I want when I hold you with my arm. The others don't matter, my love and my pleasure, the key to my treasure. Whatever's the weather, day up and out with you till I die. How many times for you I'ma try? Want you to notice the one and I know this. Perfect soulmate, I wanna show it my best friend. She saved my life, my happy end in hard times.
Hug it to myself, hug it to myself, hug it to myself. I just want it. Hug it to myself, hug it to myself, hug it to myself, to myself, hug it to myself, hug it to myself, hug it to myself. I just want it. Hug it to myself, hug it to myself, hug it to myself, to myself, hug it to myself, hug it to myself.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're back here for the start of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix for the Motive Racing F1 League here on the Commentators Formula 1 game on the PlayStation 4 and 5. Finally, we're here about to start the race. It's been a while, but we're here and we're ready to rock and roll. We've got a slightly wet start for this one. Intermediate tyres are going to be a necessity, but we're expecting the track to dry out towards the end of the race. Around the halfway point, we're expecting dry conditions. So that's currently the state of play here, but we're lining up on the grid. We're moments away from the start here of the 6th round of Motive Racing's F1 League. There are the championship standings. We're going to quickly show them up. So Aldrich Avis leads the way on 74 points, ahead of Joe Derby, Magfire in 4th, ahead of Little Greavy, Game for Life, Big Weir, Ocon on Hungarian, Rednass and Raki. You can see the standings there. That's the state of play currently in this season. But here we are then, we're about to sync up. You'll hear the engines revs rise a little bit and then they'll go deadly silent before the lights come on, and then when the 5 lights go out, we will be officially underway. Here we go. You can hear the engine revs absolutely to their full capacity, and it is lights out and away we go. And it's a good start from Magfire. A. Thompson slightly better, and a bit of a wheel spin there from Magfire as A. Thompson down the inside. Oh, as we can see, Joam there has spun out. He tried to go down the inside there, and Joam's completely lost out and down to the back of the pack. A. Thompson needs ahead of Magfire. Little Greavy there ahead of Game for Life. You got Bennett, Iggy Combo, that's the Grieve, Dr. Badminton ahead of the Polish My Balls. Red, that's to compete in the top 10. Mr. Basil's going ahead of Penguin Dude up into 12th place here, but Joam a nightmare of a start as A. Thompson needs down towards turn 2 ahead of Magfire. You got Little Greavy up into 3rd place ahead of Bennett, but Bennett's going to get him back coming into turn 2. He gets that move done beautifully there. Bennett back up into 3rd place. Little Greavy and Game for Life just behind them. Iggy Combo there in 6th place has got the Grieve all over the back of him here. The Dr. Van Minden, and you can see Mr. Basil's got ahead of Rednass up into 11th place. Joam has picked up a few drivers, and there's carnage there in the background. Absolute carnage as Emo Guy tries to come through, and Nemvidic is round. Nemvidic is in the wall, and he's going to have to do a 3-point turn there to get it pointing back in the right direction once again. But A. Thompson's made a break for it at the start. Aldrich Avis is already up into 8th place here on this opening lap. Great opening lap here from him. As we can see, Rednass dropping down the order like a stone, and that's why, because he's in the wall. Rednass has had a bit of damage there, and that's Joam. Sorry, not Joam. That's Raki trying to take evasive action there. As we can see, also Karts there having to take evasive action and come through. Nemvidic at the back of the field there in 20th place in this race, but it's A. Thompson who's opened up a bit of a lead at the start of this race. He's already got a 2-second gap here over Magfire in the early stages of this one. There's Bennett in 3rd place, ahead of Little Greavy, Game for Life, Iggy Combo in 6th place there ahead of Grieve. You got Aldrich Avis there actually making the move on the Grieve, coming through this flat out section of the track. So you got Aldrich Avis there up into 7th place, the Grieve there next ahead of Dr. Van Minden in 9th place ahead of Polish My Balls. Then Kingsholm, as you can see there in the background, we've got a lot of drivers here packed into a short space, but lots of action going on right now. As in the foreground of this, you can see there's action going on between Kingsholm and Polish My Balls. Can Kingsholm complete that move down the inside, or sorry, around the outside even of Polish My Balls? He does so. He gets himself up into the final points paying position, but Polish My Balls is going to try and come back at him here, and you can see there in the background of this, Penguin Dude now trying to get involved as well, as Emo Guys round Mr. Basil up into 14th place, but Penguin Dude looking to try and knock Polish My Balls while he's down here. But they've also got Joam looking to their outside, and there was 3 wide here coming down the start finish straight. The reigning champion clears both of them there, but he's going to have to watch out because they're now going to have to slipstream. And there you can see we've got now Emo Guy getting involved, and Emo Guy passes all 3 of them there. Unbelievable stuff. Emo Guy's now got Polish My Balls looking back down his inside. Polish My Balls just tags him in the rear, and Polish My Balls is round. Polish My Balls is down to P15 in this race. He's going to lose more places there, I'm sure of that. But Emo Guy up into 11th place ahead of Mr. Basil. Penguin Dude down the outside has got Joam looking to his inside, but Joam can't get the move done and stuck him behind him for the time being. But what a disaster there for Polish My Balls. And he's way down the order here as A. Thompson's opening up a big lead at the front. 2.5 seconds he's got over Magfire at the moment. You've got Bennett there running in 3rd place ahead of Little Greavy, Game for Life, Iggy Combo there ahead of Aldrich Avis and the Grieve. Then Dr. Van Minden, Kingsholm completing the top 10 ahead of Emo Guy in 11th place. And you've got Mr. Basil, Penguin Dude, Joam, Polish My Balls, Rednass Karts, Nemvidic, Raki and DJ Phil both in the pits here at the end of the first lap. But A. Thompson has had a very clear run of it so far. As Bennett, a big slide there, and Little Greavy was trying to make the move there, trying to capitalise on that, couldn't quite make it happen. He's tucking him behind him for the time being. But Bennett LCFC having a major moment there. He's lucky to hold on to that one, I've got to say. He's just about keeping it together for the time being, but that was ever so close there from Bennett to being in the wall, and that could have been potentially disastrous consequences there for him in that little exchange. Penguin Dude's been passed by Joam. Joam's up into 13th place, just noticing that one on the timing board at the moment, but it's still Little Greavy on the back of Bennett, and there's A. Thompson opening up almost a 3-second lead here at the front over Magfire. So this man here in the Ferrari, racing as a reserve tonight, he's always goes strong no matter what car he's in, no matter what league it is. A. Thompson is one of the quickest drivers here on the PlayStation platform on the F1 game. He's currently got a very decent lead here ahead of Magpie. You've got Bennett there running in third place ahead of Little Greavy. Then you've got Game for Life, Iggy Combo, Ultra Cavist ahead of the Grieve. But looks as though Game for Life is on the back of Little Greavy, and Ultra Cavist has got ahead of Iggy Combo here down on the start finish straight. So now Ultra Cavist up into 6th place, but Iggy Combo is going to try and come back at him here, coming up towards turn 1. Can Iggy Combo get back at Ultra Cavist? No, it doesn't look like that's going to be happening. And Ultra Cavist there does the fastest lap of the race as well there on lap 2, and it's really coming for these leaders. But Little Greavy just under a second off at the back of Bennett, and Game for Life very hot on these guys' heels. And Ultra Cavist is now going to be trying to join this party as Penguin has got back ahead of Joram here. And where's Joram? Joram's in the pits. So Joram coming in for an early pit stop. We saw that spin at the first corner when he was trying to get ahead of A. Thompson and Magfire. It didn't quite work out for him. He dropped down to the back of the pack. He's putting fresh tyres and a new front wing on, and the reigning champion in trouble here in the early laps of this race, looking like his what could have been potentially the possibility of taking the championship lead here, with Ultra Cavist starting down towards the back of the pack. It looks like it slipped away from him a little bit here. So Joram there in the pits at the moment. Cart's also in the pits at the end of lap 2, but it's A. Thompson leading by 3 seconds ahead of Magpie. You've got Bennett there running in third place ahead of Little Greavy. There's Game for Life. Ultra Cavist there on the back of these guys ahead of Iggy Combo. 6-second gap back to the Grieve running in 8th place. You've got Kingsholm there in 9th place ahead of Dr. Van Midden. Emo Guy hot on these guys' heels ahead of Mr. Basil, as Racky's now up into 18th place ahead of Carts there. But it's all going off here in the early stages of this race. It's A. Thompson who seems to have the pace here in these wet conditions at Baku. He seems to know what he's doing here in these tricky situations. But we see Little Greavy just clouting the wall there a little bit as he came through that part of the track. Game for Life waiting, watching, hoping to get involved in this one ahead of Ultra Cavist and Iggy Combo at this point. But A. Thompson coming out of the final corner here has got quite a decent gap here to Magpie at this point, and it's looking like it's all pretty much clean at the moment between all these drivers. We see Ultra Cavist getting ahead of Game for Life there. Game for Life might have made a mistake coming out of that penultimate corner there, because Ultra Cavist is through, and Game for Life's already dropped back a little bit back into the clutches of Iggy Combo here. Iggy Combo might be able to pick up this position. Game for Life could be losing out a couple of positions in the space of a couple of corners here. Double yellow flags through sector 2. Not sure why. Nembidic has been passed by Joram, and Nembidic is in the wall. That's why. Nembidic is in the barriers there. He's had a bit of a moment. He's down to 17th place. He's lost out to Joram. And we've got a safety car here. Safety car is deployed on lap 4 of the race, so that will give everybody a chance to make a free pit stop here and get another fresh set of inters on. But it's A. Thompson leading here ahead of Magpie, Bennett, Little Greavy, Ultra Cavist, the top 5. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We're moments away from the restart here for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix here at Motive Round 6 here on the PlayStation platform. And we're just coming up towards the start-finish line now. So 7 laps in, 19 laps left to go here. A. Thompson's going to be leading us around. The track's dried out here. We're no longer under wet conditions. It seems pretty much bone dry, clear skies everywhere. And so A. Thompson on the medium tyres. Can he go to the end or needs it? Have to go 19 racing laps if he does. Magpie, Bennett, and Little Greavy have all done the same. Gamefly on the soft tyres. He's going to be going short here. I imagine that these medium runners will probably have to come in a game for another set of soft, but we'll see. As Penguin who's put the hards on, he's definitely good to go to the end. A. Thompson's weaving around here, just waiting a bit before he puts his foot down. Going to try and catch him off guard, I imagine. And yep, nope, looks like we're underway once again. And A. Thompson's put his foot to the floor, so this is it. Magpie's in a slipstream, going to try and have a look to the inside and towards turn 1. Can't make anything happen there. Bennett's going to look down the inside of Magpie here. Bennett looking around the outside, sorry, to turn 1. Can he get it done? It looks like he's got around the outside of him, just about there, just ahead, and coming into the turn 2 braking zone. But Magpie late on the brakes, can't get it back up into second place. Oh no! And Magpie loses it there. Magpie missed in trouble there, and he's lost out massively. Joram caught up in that one as well. Little Greavy up into second place ahead of Bennett, but it's A. Thompson leading here. And he's clear away at the restart as we got Iggy Cumber looking to the inside of Old Avis. Can't make it up in there. Dr. Van Minnen's around the outside of Emo Guy up into 8th place, and Polish My Balls has got ahead of Mr. Basil up into 12th place. As we see Nem Vidic. Oh, Nem Vidic is round. He's down to 17th place there. He loses out down to 18th now as Redness is up into 17th, but A. Thompson leading ahead of Little Greavy, 2 seconds ahead of him. Aldrich Avis has got ahead of Game for Life here on this restart up into 4th place, and Iggy Cumber just behind these guys in 6th place at the moment. But that looks like it's that at the moment for all the overtakes here, but at the moment it's A. Thompson here doing a great job here, already opening up a 2-second gap here. He was quickest in the wet and he was quickest in the dry so far in this race. But drama in the back there as we saw Nem Vidic, Magpie all getting involved in incidents. And Emo Guy, what's up to Emo Guy? Emo Guy's round and he's down to 14th. He's now going to drop behind Raki as well, I imagine, and Karts might get him here on this little stretch. But Emo Guy there losing out enormously. Oh, and somebody else has lost it. Polish My Balls has binned it and he's got no front wing. Polish My Balls is going to have to live round to the pits. He will definitely have to replace that front wing. Joram's got ahead of Dr. Van Minnen up into 8th place here. But so much drama going on. Polish My Balls will have to bring that into the pits. A. Thompson though has got a 2.5 second lead here at the end of the restart lap. We got Little Greavy in second place ahead of Bennett. You got Aldrich Avis there on the back of Bennett here. Down the start finish straight they come. He's going to get that slipstream here, and now Game for Life's going to look to get both of them here into turn 1. Game for Life in the end manages to do Bennett. Can't get ahead of Aldrich Avis, but Aldrich Avis is good. Oh, Game for Life's out of the race. Game for Life's lost it on the exit of turn 1 there, and Bennett there up into 4th. But that's a VSC there. Is that going to be upgraded to a full safety car? We'll have to wait and see. Bennett has got ahead of Aldrich Avis just before the safety car was avoided. No, he didn't. He's got to receive that position. But safety car is deployed here. Game for Life out of the race. What a shame there. Lost it on the exit of turn 1 and went into the barriers. Terminal damage there for Game for Life. A. Thompson leading ahead of Little Greavy. Bennett completes in the top 3 ahead of Aldrich Avis, Iggy Cumbo. Kingsholm in 6th ahead of Joram in 7th, followed by Luke Grieve in 8th. Mr. Basil in 9th ahead of Penguin Dude in 10th. Emo Guy in 11th ahead of Raki 12th. Karts 13th, Dr. Van Minnen 14th ahead of Nem Vidic in 15th place. Rednas 16th. Game for Life out of the race now. That will promote Polish My Balls up into 17th place. Magfire will be in 18th and DJ Phil out of the race. 18 runners left here in the Azerbaijan Grand Prix here at Motive. What a race it's been so far, guys. We're going to take to a short break here whilst we just get this safety car period done out of the way. everybody. We're getting ready to go racing once again for the second safety car restart. We've had a couple of safety car periods. We're about to go once again here. A. Thompson leads the way. Looks as though Little Greavy came in for fresh medium tyres, as did Kingholm, and so did Penguin Dude and Dr. Van Minnen, and a couple of other drivers as well have put on fresh tyres. Polish My Balls has put fresh hard tyres on. Magpie's got mediums on. Emo Guy fresh soft, but up towards the start finish line we come here. About to start lap 12 of this race. We've got 15 laps left to go here at Baku, and looks like A. Thompson's gone. Aldrich Avis there into second place. What a great job it's been for him so far. In the background we've got Iggy Combo looking down the inside of De Grieve and gets that move done up into 4th place. Joram in 6th place there. Mr. Basil Little Greavy is ahead of Raki there up into 8th place, as we've got somebody dropping down the pack. What's happened? Carts is down in 17th. Oh no, and that's why Carts is in the wall there on the exit of turn 1. It's done a Hamilton there, overcooked it coming into turn 1. In the meantime, A. Thompson ahead of Aldrich Avis. There's Bennett, Iggy Combo, De Grieve ahead of Joram. Mr. Basil Little Greavy. Kingsholm is up into 9th place there ahead of it. We're actually down the inside into turn 2. Penguin Dude ahead of Nemvidich. There's Dr. Van Minnen ahead of Polish My Balls. Magpie, Emo Guy, Carts there. Rednass at the back of the field in 18th place. But A. Thompson done a great job in the first part of this race, and but he's now very much met his match. He's got Aldrich Avis hunting him down here, trying to keep him onto him in this battle for the lead of the race. Bennett there running in the front of podium spot ahead of Iggy Combo. The Grieve, Joram, Mr. Basil Little Greavy ahead of Kingsholm there, and Raki dropping off the back of Kingsholm already there in 10th place. Penguin Dude, then Village, Dr. Van Minnen, Polish My Balls, Magpie, Emo Guy made a couple of positions here on this restart, up into 16th place ahead of Carts and Rednass. Obviously with the latter two, they're having moments here on this restart lap, but it's A. Thompson very close here with Aldrich Avis, Bennett, Iggy Combo, The Grieve there, the top 5. Joram all over the back of The Grieve here, coming down towards the back end of this track here. You're going to try and get him short down the start finish straight. Can he use the slipstream? We'll have to wait and see. Mr. Basil Little Greavy, the Kingsholm there running in 9th place ahead of Raki, ahead of Penguin Dude, then Nemvidich, Dr. Van Minnen there ahead of Polish My Balls, Magfire, Emo Guy, Carts and Rednass there. But A. Thompson's got a 7/10 of a second lead as Joram's done The Grieve. Joram is up into 5th place there, so nicely done from Joram. But A. Thompson has got 6/10 back to Aldrich Avis. And Bennett really showing some strong pace here in this one. Bennett LCSC has only won one race here at Motive before. That was the US Grand Prix last season. As we can see now, we've got Kingsholm looking to the inside of Mr. Basil. Can he get that move done? I think he has done yet. Kingsholm is up into 8th place there, but can he hold it for turn 2? Mr. Basil's going to look back around the outside here. Kingsholm does complete that move there, up into 8th place. Beautifully done. And Little Crew trying to break away there in the foreground in front of these two, but A. Thompson's only got a half-second lead here over Aldrich Avis, and Bennett very close behind him as Iggy Combo is now chasing them down. The Joram up into 5th place ahead of The Grieve is now trying to go after the leaders if he can. There's The Grieve ahead of Little Greavy, the two brothers here, the two Grieve twins, or I don't know if they're twins, but they're certainly brothers, running in 6th and 7th places. Kingsholm there in 8th ahead of Mr. Basil. You got Penguin Dude completing the top 10 ahead of Raki. There's Nemvidich, Dr. Mammon ahead of Magpie, Polish My Balls there. It's got Emo Guy all at the back of him here for 15th places. Emo Guy's looking to try and get the cut back here. Can he look around the outside here of this next corner? He's looking to try and get the cut back here. He's going to go for a lunge here. Emo Guy's going to make that move, is he? No, he's not. Polish My Balls covering that one off, but Emo Guy's still there, still trying to get that move done over that tricky right hand corner there, over the curbs. He's going to look down the inside of this next part of the track, but he's not quite close enough to make that work there. Emo Guy tucks him for the time being. A. Thompson, Aldrich Avis separated by half a second. Joram 7/10 of a second behind Iggy Combo. As we can see, Dr. Van Minnen's got ahead of Nemvidich even, and Magpie also coming through as well. So Nemvidich losing out a couple of positions there. Emo Guy's done Polish My Balls. Can he hold it down this next stretch of the track? He's going to have the inside of his left-hander. He does get that done. Emo Guy up into 15th place there. A. Thompson, Aldrich Avis separated by half a second. Is there going to be DRS this lap? I can't remember if it's the third lap or the second lap out of the pits. Out of the safety car even. But if it's the third lap, then they will have DRS down this part of the track, I think. As The Grieve is at a moment. What's happened to The Grieve? Oh no, The Grieve's facing the wrong way. The Grieve is in the wall there, coming to the last part of the track. What a disaster there for The Grieve. He's going to drop down the order massively here. Let's go back to the leaders though, because A. Thompson and Aldrich Avis separated by 0.3 of a second at the moment, as we see Mr. Basil getting ahead of Little Greavy, and Little Greavy's in the pits. That'll be why that's happened. But Nemvidich getting ahead of Dr. Van Minnen, as well as Magpie also following him through. Dr. Van Minnen though, oh no, Dr. Van Minnen's lost his front wing coming into the pits. That will be an extra long pit stop there, as we've got a VSC and a safety car. Another safety car is deployed here. Unbelievable scenes. That'll be down to the front wing of the McLaren there. Another safety car here at Baku. Non-stop safety car here tonight. Stay tuned guys, we'll be back in a minute. everybody, we're here for the final 10 laps of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix here. It's Bennett LCFC who will lead us away for the restart. He's on 10 lap old tyres though. Let's turn that off here as that is very distracting. It's Bennett LCFC who will lead us away for the... But here we are then, up towards the start finish line, 10 to go as we said before. Bennett on worn out medium tyres, he's got Mr. Basil between himself and the charging cavalry behind him. Aldrich Avist on fresh softs will have their pace advantage, that is for sure. Penguin Dude there in 4th place as A. Thompson's got ahead of Jerome up into 7th already. All bit of a slide there from Jerome as he was being passed there. The Kingsholm there just ahead of Emo guys, we can see there. The Greaves dropped down to the back and Carts also. Oh no, Carts has had a bit of a moment as well as the Grieve. But it's Bennett though, leading the race at the moment by just over a second here. Aldrich Avist down the inside of Mr. Basil, getting that move done up into 2nd place. There's Mr. Basil, Penguin Dude, Magfire there ahead of Hickey Cumbo. There's A. Thompson, Jerome, Kingsholm in 9th ahead of Emo guy. There's Red Last Little Greavy, Racky there in 13th place ahead of them Village. There's Dr. Van Minnen around the outside of Polish My Balls there, dropping down the order. There's the Grieve and Carts at the back of this pack, but it's Bennett though leading the race by just under a second here ahead of Aldrich Avist. And you've got Mr. Basil here in 3rd place at the moment.
Cheese Monkey's not racing tonight, Nana, but
it's Bennett though, has got a slender lead, but Aldrich Avist is hunting him down here. Aldrich Avist will have to, will definitely have a little bit of a pace advantage at the moment, being on the soft tyres, fresh soft tyres at that. They will start to go off near the end, but I think that's going to be pretty much not even the case at the moment as we see him breezing around the outside of Bennett there, up into the lead of the race. Aldrich Avist now has P1 starting from near the back of the grid. He is absolutely hunted down the rest of the pack here tonight. What a drive it's been from Aldrich Avist. Now can he keep those soft tyres going until the end of the race? He'll have to do 10 laps on them to the end of the race. That should be possible. Hopefully he can do it. But Bennett there running in 2nd place. It's a Mercedes 1-2. Then Mr. Basil there in 3rd place ahead of Penguin Dude, Bagfire, Icky Cumbo, A. Thompson. There's Jerome, Kingsholm ahead of Emo Guy, Red Nast there in 11th place ahead of Little Greavy, Racky there ahead of Nem Village. You've got Dr. Van Minden, Polish My Balls to Grieve. Carts there running at the back as we can see. Magfire has got to move down. Mr. Basil, oh, what's happened, Mr. Basil? Mr. Basil's just dropped back a few positions there. He just dropped back about 3 positions and he's coming into the pits here at the end of lap 17 as well. Fastest lap from Aldrich Avist as we can see Magfire trying to get around the outside. Oh, Magfire goes wide. There's a Hamilton there, well and truly. Double below factory sector 1 because of that, and we see Penguin losing out to A. Thompson, or sorry, to Kingsholm even. Kingsholm up into 4th place ahead of A. Thompson there. Down the inside he goes. Aldrich Avist though has got a lead of a second here over Bennett LCFC, and Jerome there up into the final podium spot, a few seconds off for the back of Bennett at the moment, but A. Thompson there in 4th place ahead of Kingsholm. And we can see there Kingsholm going back down the inside of A. Thompson. Can he get that move done, or is he going to make it stick there? A. Thompson back down the inside of the next corner. Penguin Dude there ahead of Little Greavy, Red Nast, Emo Guy, Iggy Cumbo there. Magfire ahead in 11th place there ahead of Nem Village. You got Racky there on the back of these guys. Carts there in 14th place. Mr. Basil there running in P15. Dr. Van Minden, the Grieve, Polish My Balls. But Aldrich Avist looking very strong here on this restart. He went after Bennett on those fresh soft tyres. He's made the move. As long as he can get these to the end of the race, he should be alright to take the win here at Azerbaijan, and he will extend his championship gap against all the odds here tonight. Who would have thought that Aldrich Avist would have extended his championship gap here tonight? He wasn't even expecting to make the race at the beginning of the night, ended up jumping in late during qualifying, started near the back of the grid, but he's absolutely smashed it out of the park here tonight. Bennett there running in 2nd place ahead of Jerome, and we see there Little Greavy getting ahead of Penguin up into 6th place, so Little Greavy getting position there. Red Nast, Emo Guy, Iggy Cumbo all in hot pursuit here. As we can see in the background, we've got Emo Guy looking to the inside of Red Nast in towards that final left-hander, but can't make anything happen there. But this is a great battle going on for 6th place here, and Aldrich Avist has already opened up a near 4-second gap here to Bennett, and now Jerome's really close up onto the back of Bennett here, only a second separating those two. Aldrich Avist fastest up of the race, double wave flags through sector 3, not sure why. Emo Guy might have had a moment there, he's dropped off on the back of these guys a little bit here, so Emo Guy's just a little bit out of that battle there for 6th place. We see Red Nast getting ahead of Penguin Dude down the outside of into 7th. In fact, no, Penguin Dude's in the pits, that's why. It can Cumbo, Magfire all gaining position there, but Penguin Dude into the pits. Double wave flags through sector 3, not sure why. As Penguin Dude and Emo Guy both in the pits here to, I assume, put a fresh set of soft tyres on. Front wing goes on Emo Guy's car, double stacking here the 2 Aston Martins, and in fact that's Penguin Dude in the box, and there's Emo Guy stopping in the box now. They're going to have the front wings basically at free supply here at the moment, because they're going to be coming off and putting and chipping on at a rate of knots here. But Emo Guy there getting that front wing changed. Aldrich Avist leads by 6 seconds, and Jerome is now all over the back of Bennett here in this battle for 2nd place. He's looking all over him here. Bennett's LCFC clinging on by the skin of his teeth, but Jerome's been coming for him over these last few laps, and Jerome on 10 lap fresher tyres should have the advantage here. Magfire has gone ahead of Red Nast up into 8th place there, so he's made that move. The 2 Alpines there swapping positions. I don't know if that was team orders. Oh, Iggy Cumbo's lost it through the castle section. He's facing the wrong way, and they're going to go through him. Thank goodness for that. He's reversing up the castle section. Trying to get himself pointing in the right direction once again, but he's going to lose a lot of places there. He's down to P12, and that's only going to get worse for him as this final part of the race goes on. Joam, though, on the back of Bennett here, as they're coming out of the last part of the lap here, out onto the start-finish straight, and Joam's going to get a great run here. He should be able to breeze past Bennett LCFC coming down this part of the track. A. Thompson and Kingsholm in the background of this, but Joam is going to pull out that slipstream here, and he's going to make this move on Bennett, and he's going to be a breeze there to pass as he comes around the outside there. The Red Bull with DRS wide open as Bennett's into the pits, so he's going to get those medium tyres changed. Clearly those medium tyres not treating him very well at this point in the race, but Joram up into second place and A. Thompson onto the podium. Kingsholm following him round though, looking to try and get himself into that top 3 if he can. Magfire into 6th place, Redknapp into 7th, Little Groovy running all by himself there in 5th place, but Bennett's going to emerge probably in about, I'd say 10th place probably by the looks of it. Just behind Raki, I would imagine. He should come out ahead of Karts, I reckon. Yeah, he is going to come out just behind Raki there. So Bennett there, P10, currently in the final points playing position. Double weight Velofags through sector 3. Not sure what that's in aid of at the moment. Oh, Polish My Balls is out of the race. Polish My Balls is DNF'd. And Aldrich Avis will be weeping at this one because they've got a safety car here with 7 laps left to go. That will mean that these guys can come in for a fresh set of soft tyres, and it's going to be a sprint finish to the line here. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere because we're in for a treat here for the end of this race. Aldrich Avis leading ahead of Joram, A. Thompson in 3rd, ahead of Kingsholm. Does anyone gamble and stay out and take a bit of a risk, obviously having more worn out tyres, but ultimately track position at the end of this race? We're going to have to wait and see. Hopefully the race can get going and we can get at least 4 or 5 laps in of racing before the end. But guys, what a race here. Like and subscribe, hit the bell, and we will be back very, very shortly.
Living in your damn head.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got 4 laps left to go here at Baku for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix here at Motive on the Codemasters Formula 1 game here on the PlayStation 4 and 5. As we've got Joram backing us up here. He's taken a gamble. Joram stayed out on the medium tyres. He's done 6 laps on his medium tyres. I can't see how he's going to be able to keep these guys behind him here. Ultra Gavist, A. Thompson, King Tom are going to have much quicker pace here at the end. They're going to be about a second a lap quicker. He's going to have to really get his elbows out here. I think Joram is a sitting duck here personally. Let's see what he can do here though, as he's out in front just ahead of Ultra Gavist. A. Thompson there running in 3rd place. You've got Kingsholm, Bennett, Red, that's Raki Merjay running in 7th place. Great drive from Raki tonight. Little Greavy in 8th ahead of Magfire, Penguin Dude, Dr. Van Minnen. You've got Karts, Emo Guy and then Vidic to Grieve. Mr. Basil and Iggy Combo as Joram is really backing them up here. He is stopping it almost to a walking pace here as he really wants to get them all just bunched up and confused and tripping over each other before he gets going. He wants to try and catch him out here. He knows he's got no chance of keeping him behind unless he tries to catch him off guard. Here he goes, he's gone now. Joram is once again racing here. 7/10 is his gap to Ultra Gavist up towards turn 1. He's on the worn out medium tyres. Can he hold it over the next 4 laps? As we can see here, King Tom down the inside of A. Thompson. Oh no! Oh no! A. Thompson into the wall. He's going to surely have lost his front wing there. Kingsholm was very aggressive there as they came into turn 1. Joram leading ahead of Ultra Gavist. A. Thompson's retired from the race and you can't blame him there. He's going to be absolutely fuming with that one. What was Kingsholm doing? Ultra Gavist looking all over the back of Joram at the moment there. Bennett is already a second drift of these guys, but I'm sure he'll be coming after them because obviously Joram with the worn out medium tyres will be slower than everybody behind him at the moment. But Ultra Gavist has got ahead of Joram here. He's got the lead of the race. Can Joram come back in here? I don't think he's going to be able to there. Ultra Gavist once again leads this race and he's managed to go after Joram once again. He's made the moves. He's really pulled the overtakes here tonight as Ultra Gavist. He's done absolutely superbly. He's currently got P1 once again. As we look back down the order here, it looks as though Penguin is in 7th place ahead of Karts. He looks as though also Mr. Battles dropped down the order here. Didn't see what happened to him, but Dr. Van Minnen has got ahead of the Grieve, and we can see there also Karts getting ahead of him. Oh, what's happened there? No, Dr. Van Minnen's dropped down. He's lost his front wing. Oh, Dr. Van Minnen's lost his front wing, and we've got Karts out of the race. Karts is DNF'd here on lap 23 of the race. Oh, we've got carnage in the castle section, and that's where Karts crashed out, and there's so much carnage going on here on this restart lap here. We're down to 15 cars here in this race. It feels like we've lost more drivers than we have tonight, but we've only lost 5 cars, which is actually amazing when you think about it at Baku. But Kingsholm is up into 9th place ahead of the Grieve, and also Emo Guy following him through. What's happened to the Grieve? Has the Grieve lost his front wing? I think he has. Dr. Van Minnen moves through there up into 11th place. So the 2 cars with no front wing battling here over 11th place. But Emo Guy does the 3-second time penalty there for multiple limits warnings there. And Ultra Gavist starting lap 24 has got a second of a gap into Joram. There's Bennett, there's Little Greavy. Magfire there a long way back in 5th place. The top 4 have really broken away from the rest of them here. Raki there running in 6th ahead of Penguin Dude. As we can see, Kingsholm's got ahead of Emo Guy up into 9th, but he's coming into the pits here at the end of lap 23. Absolutely. But Emo Guy and Kingsholm both in the pits. Dr. Van Minnen, oh, the Grieve's out of the race. The Grieve, did he hit the pit wall? Maybe he hit the pit wall. He was just coming into the pits, and as I saw the pit graphic come up next to his name, he's now out of the race. So I don't know what happened there, but Kingsholm has also left the session. So we're down to 13 drivers here in this race at the moment. Ultra Gavist has got a 2-second lead at the front over Joram, having got the move done here on the previous lap. Ultra Gavist is now pulling away once again. Little Greavy is all over the back of Bennett here for the final podium spot. Can these two close in on Joram for 2nd place here? Can Joram hold on for P2? What a job it would be from Joram on those medium tyres if he can pull away from Bennett, or at least match them and keep in front of them before the end of this race. But Bennett and Little Greavy battling out over the final podium spot. Also Penguin Dude is very close on the back of Raki at the moment. These two fighting out over 6th and 7th places. Iggy Combo's also on the back of Mr. Basil here. These two battling over 9th place at this point. Iggy Combo indeed, but at the moment it's Ultra Gavist 2.4 seconds of a gap here right now, and this is going to be incredible to watch here between Bennett and Little Greavy. They've only 0.3 of a second separating them coming out of the last corner here. So can Little Greavy give Bennett a good little fight here? I don't think he's going to have DRS this time. I think it's too soon. I think it's only 2 laps into the restart. I can't remember, to be honest. I can't really count. I'm struggling, but yeah, it looks as though he's not going to have DRS this time around. He's within that second, but obviously the DRS not enabled until the 2nd straight here. So we'll see DRS open down between turns 2 and 3, and we've got double video flags through sector 3. Not sure why. Not 100% sure what those are for at this particular point. Maybe we'll find out what heinous actors occurred there, which has resulted in a double wave yellow flags. But nonetheless, Uldrik Avist here has got almost a 3-second lead over Joram. He's got the control of this race. He's got the ascendancy here. As we can see, Iggy Kumbo's out of the race. Iggy Kumbo's retired from the session. He's crashed out there. We're going to ride with Emo Guy and see if we can get some idea as to what happened to Iggy Kumbo. But he's out of the race here, and we've now got 13 drivers left in this race. Let's see if we can see where Iggy Kumbo met his demise as A. Thompson leaves the session. I thought he'd already left, to be honest with you. We can't see where Iggy Kumbo retired at the moment. It doesn't look like it's very obvious as to where it happened, but Uldrik Avist has got a 3.5-second lead at the moment over Joram, and he looks to be very much in control of this race at the moment. Little Greavy just behind Bennett here. These two separated by just under a second at the moment. You've got Penguin Dude running in 7th place within half a second of Raki at the moment. So these two looking to lock horns at this stage in the race with a bit over a lap left in this race. Lap and a half between the two. Oh! As we see Penguin Dude getting very loose there out of the castle section. How did he keep onto that? He did really well. Sorry, we got Penguin Dude almost losing the car there on the exit of Castle, but Bennett and Little Greavy still separated by half a second at the moment, and Uldrik Avist has got the lead of the race as he's coming over the line to start the final lap of the race. 4 seconds is his gap to Joram. Joram's done really well here to keep the gap to Bennett and Little Greavy while these two have been battling. He's just been able to do his own thing there in 2nd place here. Penguin Dude still on the back of Raki. He will have DRS down this straight here. Penguin Dude might have a chance of getting himself into 6th place here. If he can keep himself close, he will need to save up a bit of battery here. Raki's got a lot more battery than Penguin Dude has, but Penguin Dude will have the benefit of DRS as Bennett's got ahead of Little Greavy into 3rd place, so into the final podium spot. He's maintained that final podium spot. These two having a great battle, but we're going back to this battle for 6th place here as we've now got Penguin Dude looking to the outside of Raki with DRS enabled there. Raki goes late on the brakes into turn 1. Penguin Dude's going to try and hold it around the outside. Has to just navigate himself between the wall and Raki there and keeps him behind it at the moment, but it's Raki there holding on grimly from Penguin Dude here for 6th and 7th places. In the background there, you've got Nemvidic closing on to the back of these guys in a bit, but Raki seems to have enough to hold their Penguin Dude here. No, look at this. Penguin Dude's going to go for it here. He's going to look down the inside of turn 3 and he's going to make that move stick by the looks of it. Penguin Dude a late move up the inside, but Raki's got the inside for the next corner. Raki's still there, side by side stuff between these two. The Red Bull and the Aston Martin locking horns as Penguin Dude holds on around the outside, and now Raki's going to have Nemvidic looking around his outside. Can Nemvidic get this move done? He does. Nemvidic up into 7th place onto the back of Penguin Dude here. These three having a great scrap on the final lap of the race, but Uldrik Avist is coming through the final part of the lap. He's got a 4-second gap over Joram. Little Greavy's got ahead of Bennett. Little Greavy's up into the final podium spot. Great driving from Little Greavy in the final part of this race, but Penguin Dude's got just ahead of Nemvidic. Nemvidic now hunting him down in the final part of this race. Half a lap left to go for these guys. What's going to happen? Can Nemvidic come back? Penguin Dude? Can Raki come back at these two in the final few corners of this race? But Uldrik Avist is coming through the final few corners here. What a drive from this man. He started near the back of the grid. He came into this with a 4-point lead in the championship. I was saying before, this is a golden opportunity for Joram to take the championship lead, but Uldrik Avist has not put a foot wrong. He cut his way through the pack like a hot knife through butter tonight, and he takes the race win here by 4 seconds in the end, ahead of Joram, who comes over to take 2nd place. Damaged imitation and keeps the points gap relatively marginal between them. Bennett takes 3rd place on the penalties ahead of Magfire, so 3rd place for Bennett, Magfire 4th. Little Greavy takes 5th ahead of Penguin Dude in 6th. Raki here is on the back of Penguin Dude. I think these two are going to fight to the flag, but Penguin Dude does hold on there for 6th place ahead of Raki in 7th. And what happened to Nemvidic on the last lap, because he dropped way off at the back of them. In fact, Mr. Basil takes 7th ahead of Raki on the penalties, but yeah, Penguin Dude in 6th place there. Rednas actually gets ahead of Raki, so Raki racking up the time penalties there like no tomorrow in that one. Nemvidic there is going to come over to complete the top 10. What a disaster on that last lap. Lost his front wing there. What a shame for him, as he was really in the thick of that battle with Penguin Dude, Mr. Basil. But nonetheless, a P10 there for him. Emo Guy's going to come over to take 11th place, not the night that he would have wanted, I'm sure. Dr. Van Minnen's coming up towards the line, and it's going to be a 12th place finish here for Dr. Van Minnen in the McLaren. There he goes, comes over the line, and that is that then, ladies and gentlemen, for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix here at Motive. What a night we've had here on the channel. Absolutely excellent stuff here, some great racing, lots of thrills and spills, a few safety cars here and there, but absolutely delighted to have brought that to you here tonight. Thanks everybody once again. The race winner tonight is Uldrik Avist, taking the win ahead of Joram and extending his points gap to 11 points in the standings. Yeah, they're real people driving pretend cars on a game. They're real people driving pretend cars on a game. But great stuff there from everybody here tonight. Aldrich, Avis, Joram and Bennett, your podium finishers, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you join us next week for the F1 League. We'll be back once again, same time, same place on a Friday night. Also join us tomorrow night for the GT3 Sprint Cup on ACC. It will probably be the last race of the season. We're going to restart all of our PlayStation ACC leagues as to PlayStation 4 and 5, now going separate for those. So we're going to do a bit of advertisement and try and fill up the leagues for both of those. So we should have 6 leagues, 2 in each category on each of the consoles there. But once again, thank you everybody, and we will see you in the next one.